Clean with me. Today, I'm going to clean the restroom. Some people call it the bathroom. It's up to you what you call it, but it just needs to be cleaned today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be cleaning the sink with pinesol 4 times cleaning action. And I'm going to be using protection while doing this. For protection, I'm going to be using some Playtex gloves. Now this is going to protect my hands from the elements of the cleaning solution. So I'm going to take out the Playtex gloves, extra large, and I'm going to put my hand in there. Now it's going to be a little tight for me to squeeze in there, but if I wiggle around a little bit, I'll get inside. And then the left hand, I'm going to go ahead and put on. And voila, it's time to clean with me. I'm going to start by stopping the sink with the stopper and adding warm water. Now, I said I was going to use pinesol 4 times cleaning action, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm a man of my word. I'm going to pour a little solution inside of the water and fill the sink. Touch the water a little bit to see how warm it is. Next, I'm going to soak my rag in the warm water. Once I've soaked my rag in the warm water, I'm going to take the rag and gently go over the top of the counter with the rag. Now I may need to go over the same spot twice in order to remove dirt and grime that's on the countertop. I can go in circular motions, back and forth. You're going to need to use a little bit of elbow grease to get all of this off. Go along the lip of the sink, the rim of the sink, around the knobs, and the faucet itself. And after you've done that, soak your rag back into the water in order to rinse away the dirt and grime. And then take the rag and go over the same spots again. Now doing this will help remove any debris that was stuck on the counter. And don't forget to get inside of the sink itself, around the basin and the lip of the sink. After you've done that, drain the sink by lifting the stopper and then wringing the rag to dispel all water that was inside of the rag. And then fill the sink slightly with warm water and rinse the rag of soap, debris, dirt, and grime. Next, take the newly cleaned rag and go over the sink one more time. Now doing this will help remove any of the soap that remains on top of the sink, as well as any loose dirt and grime that didn't get wiped away the first time. Go over the exact same spots, removing containers that sit on the sink. Move them to the side a little bit and get underneath them. Get in the sink one more time, around the basin and the lip of the sink. Rinse. And when you're done with this, we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to be using Clorox clinging bleach gel to clean the inside of the toilet. As you can see, I flushed the toilet, and this gets the inside of the toilet wet. And I'm going to take the scrub and gently scrub the inside of the toilet, removing any loose debris. And then I'm going to take the Clorox clinging gel and apply it on the inside of the lip of the toilet. I'm going to take the rag and soak it. This is the same rag that I used to clean the sink. I'm going to soak it with water and pour a little bit of the pinesol 4 times cleaning action cleaner onto the rag that's been soaked in water. Nice and soaked. And I'm going to start by cleaning the cleanest part of the toilet first, such as the tank, and working my way around. Cleaning the tank, cleaning the top of the toilet, underneath the lid. And it's important to get the seat, the lip of the seat, and underneath the seat. The rim of the toilet is very important because that's where a lot of debris can get. If you must, go over the same spot several times to make sure that you clean the toilet thoroughly. Also, get around the sides of the toilet. This is often missed. Next, you're going to take the toilet brush and scrub on the inside where the Clorox has been soaking. If it becomes too dry, dip the brush back in and bring it out and continue scrubbing around the inside of the toilet. And when you're done scrubbing on the inside of the toilet, you're going to need to flush the toilet. But if you're still not confident that you got all the debris from inside of the toilet, take the brush and brush it more. Then flush, and that should leave you with a nice, clean, sparkling toilet. And when you're done, put the brush back into its holder, and then we'll move on to the next step. The next step is Windexing. Now I Windex to leave a nice shine on the countertops, the mirror, and the toilet. Now what I'm doing here is I'm doing the soak method. Now this requires me to spray some of the Windex onto the mirror, onto the countertop, into the sink, onto the handles and the faucet, and let it soak. After you've let it soak, you're going to take a clean cloth and go up and down and in circular motions on the mirror. Do this over and over to get a streak-free shine. Also, do the same motion on the sink countertop around the knobs, on the faucet as well, on the lip of the countertop. And inside of the sink. Very important to get inside of the sink. Under the lip of the sink. At the bottom of the sink. Hit the sides of the sink. And again on top. And when you're done, you're left with a shiny sink and mirror. You can also Windex the toilet, as you see I'm doing right here, on top of the lid, under the lid, on the tank, behind the toilet seat. Very important to get behind the toilet seat. And more importantly, on the toilet seat itself. The next part is sweeping the floor. Debris, hair, all collect on the floor, and it's important that you sweep regularly to get all of the debris, hair, and dirt and grime up. Sweep from the corners to the middle of the floor. It's especially important to get inside the corners because that's where the most debris and hair get trapped. Get behind the door. That's another problematic area. And when you're done sweeping, you go into Swiffer. But in this case, I have a Bona. Bona is Swiffer's competitor. So instead of Swiffering the floor, I'm going to Bona the floor. Gonna take the Bona mop and spray it. One of the benefits with the Bona mop is that the sprayer can be refilled, and with the Swiffer it cannot. So I'm going to spray and then use the Bona to clean the floor. Spray back and forth along the entire floor. Now, one of the problems with the Bona mop is that it's so big that it's hard to get inside of the corners. So I may need to take the Swiffer and go over in the corners. The Bona mop is generally better for larger areas and not small, tight, confined places like behind the toilet. Now that I finish bonoing the floor, I have a clean bathroom, from the countertop sink to the toilet to the floor and mirror. Thank you for cleaning with me.